why do we just talk about the girl and not the boy who was involved in that issue? So today we will be taking a look at these issues, and I want to welcome you. We are on Facebook Live, and you can join us on Facebook Live on the program today, if you may, and let's have the discussion put together here. Once again, welcome. I have Michael Olatunbosun with me in the studio. Hello, Michael.
Hello, good evening, Shio. Good evening to Tunde and our listeners as well. It's good to be here again.
And Tunde Olawuwo is also here. Hello, Tunde. How are you?
Sure. Good evening. My pleasure to be here. Thank you for having me.
Great. I'm happy that you could join us. All right, so let's kick off from this point. But before we even go there, let me. I guess I want to just. This one is an aside for us. I'm sure that we will have had time to discuss this if we had it on the table. But I will play something that I wanted to make comments about very quickly, and this won't probably take much time. We'll just examine it very quickly. I'm sure you will remember and recall this voice. So just listen up, gentlemen.
Nobody said you should eradicate corruption, but don't go around, pardoning convicted people that have been convicted by regular courts for corruption, and then you say you are fighting corruption. You are sending the wrong signal. Not only to those engaging in corruption, but also to young people who see that there is reward in being corrupt. This is what Jonathan is doing.
And that was also government before him did.
Tell me which government before him pardoned convicted corrupt.
Nasir El-Rufai, sometime 2014, it was condemning Jonathan for the Council of State decision to pardon Dipre Alamesia.
Yeah, Alamesia.
Dipre
Alamesia. Trying to pardon me for that. Dipre Alamesia. So today, what would he be saying right now?
Okay. Well, knowing Governor Nasir El-Rufai,
he will spin this.
You probably say that, of course, as a governor, he's also a member of the Council of State. Yeah. So he probably will defend himself that personally is not in support
of that move,
of this move to pardon, the likes of Jolly Yame and co. But that, it was just a minority. So the majority had their way. You know what they say in the democracy, that the minority will have their say, while the majority will have their way. I'm sure you will probably want to argue with that. But, it just simply means that when you are in opposition, when you are desperate for power, you have to be careful about leaving materials that could eternally haunt you or your party or your interests. Because sometimes you are never sure of what you will do until you get to that particular office. But that said, whether it was done by the Goodluck Jonathan administration
or by
Buhari administration, it does not change the fact. Black is black, white is white. It definitely sends the wrong signal. We shouldn't be in the business of, this blanket pardon for convicted criminals, because like Mr. Femi Falana SAN said, then maybe we should simply just pardon all armed robbers who had been convicted, murderers and all of that. If you're not going to do that, then why pardon this one? We make it look as if it is less offensive to be corrupt in public office, forgetting that it's a breach of trust. You have been elected to manage people, to manage the resources, the affairs of the state, and then you breach that trust. It is, in some other crimes, one of the most grievous crimes that
get this kind of slap in the wrist. One of the staff of ICPC, lamented how they had to fly in a witness from the UK, back and forth. Every time, spend so much money, investigation and the rest, and then Jolly Yami got to take a walk.
Yeah, so it's a shame, really, and I feel that the staff in these organizations, in these agencies that you mentioned, will be feeling, really down at the moment, having spent so much of state money to fund, the prosecution, paying lawyers, paying witnesses and all that, going from one place to the other, conducting forensic investigations, engaging Interpol, and so many of these other multinational agencies. You feel betrayed. If I was working in AFCC or ICPC, I'll feel very, very betrayed and bitter at this moment. That we spent years, for instance, the Dariye and Nyame matter, they spent years prosecuting them, and then you just set them free. And you see, it's freedom that really says that they never sinned at all. That's the bitter part of it. But then, just like Tunde said, I agree with him completely. You're sending the wrong signal. But there's also a question that I want to ask. The federal government said that they received over 320 applications, and then I think they pardoned 156 or so. But we are mentioning Dariye and Jolly and Nyame. Well, who are the others? Or shouldn't we ask questions about them? I have not seen the names of other people, and that is my problem.
So it was actually released.
Dariye, I have not seen it. I've been searching. I've been searching. Also, I would like you to show it to me. So I want to see the other names.
There are names that you probably wouldn't even know what they've done.
Those are the headline names.
Those for me.
You probably wouldn't even know what they've done.
So for me, the question is the others. So we know what these ones did. What did the others do? Were they among terrorists arrested?
The presidency gave an explanation for Johnny Nyame and Dariye that they were released on health grounds.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
health grounds. There are people in Agodi who have been sentenced for stealing mobile phones and all that, who are still awaiting trials. You have a lot of people in prisons. You are sending the wrong signals.
Right,
and so when things like this happen in this country and people on social media say, how did we get here? Oh wow.
I just want to quickly bring it home this way. Picture somebody who is a member of staff, say of EFCC or ICPC, and in the course of prosecuting some of these high-profile cases, he or she was offered bribes.
And he refused.
Let me get me off this and settle you the way people did, and said, no, I'm patriotic, I'm going to follow this to the letter. Only to find out years later that this same person has been pardoned. He will make you look, not just betrayed like Michael said.
Make you look stupid.
He make you look stupid.
And I hope that man, if you were the man or a woman, wanted his spouse.
And this idea of this National Council of States, I also have a problem with it. I think it is just a body that, is just powerful for
fat cats.
Because
fat cats.
Just check some of those people you have there. Largely, they are guys who
ran this country down
by coup.
Exactly.
I mean, some of them who should be in jail.
And then we are respecting them.
Running aberrant government.
We are still servicing them. They go for Medicare
and they make decisions on our behalf.
Changing giving them new cars and all that. Every 3 years.
I'm not surprised that somebody I know will get there at some point is calling for a new constitution, because we just have too many fraudulent variables in our country.
All right, so let's get into the issues, part of the issue that we have today. You can be part of it. We are on Facebook Live, and you do join us, and let's have these conversations together. The first one this afternoon, apart from what we just discussed, is the issue of monetizing our electoral process. I tweeted something earlier today, and I hope I could just hit that tweet quickly, and then maybe it will form the beginning of our discussion. And I said, political leadership recruitment process in Nigeria is heavily monetized and intrinsically transactional. That was my thought. And where did I get the thought from? It was because of, the pricey sum of these, what do you call them, nomination forms. Now look at this. I'll run through something. 2015 election, APC presidential nomination and expression of interest form in 2015 was 27.5 million naira. PDP sold its form for 22 million naira. In 2019, APC sold it for
moved from 27 million to 100 million, put together. So some also look at that and argue that is it that he was not consulted before they arrived at this, considering that he is actually the leader of the party, or there's some kind of hypocrisy? Because if you felt it was too expensive, then are you not also applying the same standard to those who may be willing to contest under the platform right now? To go straight to the message it will be sending. Of course, we know, let's get this straight. The presidency is not for everybody. It is not, there is nowhere in the world where they practice democracy that, you find just about anybody picking up the ticket of major parties. And some will argue that, well, it is not just the APC or PDP. There are other parties. So if you find APC or PDP too expensive, you can try other parties. But even at that, 100 million is a whole lot. It's just too, somebody, I think it was Farouk Perogi that said, well, the president signed into law the not too young to run bill, which is now a law in Nigeria. Maybe we should be looking at not too poor to run, because you have
I read that tweet.
A lot of people out
Yeah.
by virtue of their economy. I know by their own argument it will be that, well, they don't want just anybody, people who are not so serious to come in.
That argument is lame for me.
That they, but
So does it mean that if you have money, that's why you are serious?
that's what we are doing. We are buying public offices. And that has been the case, since we started this particular democracy in 1999. We are buying public offices. And, we've discussed this before on the show, that if anybody today comes up to say, I want to represent my senatorial district in the Senate, or I want to run for the office of governor of Oyo State, the first question our people will ask,
Do you have money?
is, look, do you have the war chest? Do you have the money to challenge GSM? Can you compete against GSM? Can you compete against the Slim? Can you compete against Bayo Adelabu?
Yes.
So you have to come in with billions. It is unfortunate, but that is our reality. What I think we can do is for Nigerians to make up their mind. And I think Michael usually makes this point. You see, we don't just have PDP and EPC. We can also invest in the other political parties and make them strong enough to be able to unseat this behemoth that we have. Because they will tell you that, well, it is their party, it is their affair. They have the powers to make the decision. Another side to look at it is that, didn't INEC also support this? Because what was it that they put
The Electoral Act.
in terms of campaign finance? I think they put that 5 billion.
5 billion,
For the president. I mean, what are you talking about? So they will look at that 5 billion. What is 100 million if you have a budget of 5 billion to prosecute a presidential campaign?
To run.
So we need to look at it at different levels. Isn't it that we have all just come to accept that it is transactional?
Isn't it?
If you want to come in, you have to come in with the billions. But we should have at the back of our mind that whoever, there's a saying, I think it's better said in Yoruba, so if anybody has, people have done the calculation that, okay, what is the salary of a president?
Yes.
What are his entitlement that somebody will be willing to spend 5 billion? So it means whoever has invested that much, either directly or by proxies, like we are seeing that people are buying forms for people now.
Yeah, we saw one.
To them,
Garba.
it is an investment, and they will want to recoup, and it will be at the expense
Of the people. So, Michael, some have argued that, okay, maybe I should ask you this question directly. Who is the sponsor, the candidate or the party?
We've always said this. According to the Constitution, is the party that sponsors the candidate.
In reality.
And the party also canvasses for votes for the candidate.
I know that you like.
But who is your sponsor as an aspirant? You are your own sponsor, or if you are a godfather?
Yes.
It is when you become the candidate that you can be looking at your party.
Exactly.
Even then today, if
You are talking about aspirants here.
Aspirants.
So if APC had about 15 aspirants, and let's
And
say
still counting.
10 of them will take this form, that is 1 billion.
Already, that's
They
how
need
much
money
is that? They need the money
to run the party.
and to also help to canvass for votes. So that answers your
So
question,
that,
right?
no, who's sponsoring now? Is it the party that is sponsoring, or the
party
candidate?
sponsors the candidate.
The party is not sponsoring
to
anybody
now,
here.
At the moment, we have
the
aspirants.
Aspirants are sponsoring the party.
Now that's what we said, that the aspirants are sponsoring the party. So when they have a candidate, then the role is reversed. That's the way it runs. But see, I want to disagree with Tunde a bit. I agree with him largely, but I want to disagree with him because we're in a multi-party democracy. We are using APC and PDP to measure everything. There are 18 registered, recognized political parties.
You see, this argument has never flown. And it's still not going to fly.
You see why it will never fly? It is because we are so defeatist in arguing. Just hold on now.
You tell me which party, apart from APC or PDP, if you can say it here on record, will win the presidential election in 2023.
I don't know.
Which party is that?
Remember,
which party
there will be aggrieved PDP.
Yeah, there will be aggrieved. Then you have then
we don't know APC and PDP.
You see, the point is this. The point is that we've so monetized even our consciousness. So you see that skit makers are, standing on the street and are telling ladies that I have 200,000 naira. If you can have sex with me in the open, that I will give you 200,000 naira. And we are fighting APC and PDP. We've monetized everything. We have monetized our consciousness to the fact that we have lost values. And that is what you are seeing reflected in the political parties. The parties are answering to realities on the street. Because that's the question. Tunde also said it. You agreed now. We usually say that whenever anybody comes to say, I want to be governor, I want to be president, the first question, and then when you go to the streets, just go to a typical vendor stand, and they are mentioning the names of people who are aspiring to be governor and all that. People saying, see, so we have monetized. So the parties are responding to our conscience.
Okay,
that's what they're doing.
You talked about values, consciousness.
Yes.
But see, how many of us are asking the question? I also posted that earlier on Facebook. How many of us are asking the questions of the legitimacy or otherwise of these funds that are going to be flowing into our system? Where are they getting this money from?
They are getting the money.
So one man came up yesterday. I'm going to read it.
He wrote a check, 100 million.
The picture is here. I, Honorable Aminu Suleiman, DGTSO, would like to officially state that I have signed a check to the tune of 100 million naira for the purchase of nomination and expression of interest form for our leader, an official BAT. God bless.
Yeah.
So this man already put the money on the ground for the nomination form for Tinubu.
Yes.
He already put it on the ground for him. And so, who is asking the enterprise of this man?
So we don't ask enterprise because for so long we are used to seeing sudden billionaires.
Breakthrough.
If anybody is going to pay 100 million naira for gamble, be sure that he has at least times 20 of it. So that if I throw away 100 billion, it doesn't amount to much. The richest men in the world, the richest men in Africa, the richest men in Nigeria will not even do that. Because they are doing business. You see, we are used to seeing people who don't have enterprise, the history of enterprise. And we enjoy it. That's what we do. We many people out there would like to name drop, would like to, associate with somebody. They'll say, you know who you are talking to. My Lagbaja is my friend. When you go to parties and musicians are singing, and they are singing, when you go to spray them money, you'll be telling them, Awoya, Sokwe, Awo, Tunde, Olawuwo. That's what we do.
Right,
we will never frown at sudden wealth.
We're going on break, but these guys, let's use APC for an example. They will face 7,800 delegates at the convention.
$10,000 per delegate. Hypothesis.
Well, that is you assuming that all the delegates are Bible.
I'm just
Quote and unquote.
Quote and unquote.
But again, we should also not be too focused on the presidential, the price of the nomination form.
Exactly.
Because I'm looking at the House of Assembly as well.
Exactly. House of Assembly, 2 million.
2 million. I have a friend who is who intends to run. To be a member of the Senate of Assembly.
I hope you not run away.
In 2023.
Okay.
And, I've asked him before, because when he told me that, okay, he was planning, I said, okay, good. Have you done a budget? So he did a budget estimate of around 16 million to be able to prosecute it up until the point where he will get the ticket.
For House of Assembly.
Wow. House of Assembly.
16 million.
Yes. And as at the time he was doing this,
16 million.
All he had in mind was 1.5. But that's what he projected.
Okay.
For this
so now it's 2 million. So that means we have to add
18 million. 18 million.
That's his plan, to be able to get the ticket.
Wow.
For House of Assembly.
Kai.
And this gets me thinking.
How much is the salary of House of Assembly member?
It should be in the region of maybe 300, 400,000 salary.
Salary. Basically.
But I don't think they are going there for the salary. Let's not deceive ourselves. It definitely cannot be. It doesn't make any economic sense for you to spend 50 million for what
600,000 salary. 600,000 salary.
We should be getting something else. So we are endorsing corruption.
Allowances.
So you get it now.
Legalized and documented.
Legalized, documented, official.
Let me take a break. I'll take a break. If you want to be part of this one, you can join us on Facebook. You can also call us. We would like to hear your voice on this one. Stay with us. Don't go away.
Splash FM 105.5.
No be for Mouty Hotel plenty for Ibadan, but the Ogbonge Hotel where they value the life of a customer na Academy Suite, the correct hotel where tanda gidigba for Ibadan. We know they joke with hygiene plus include sanitation of we facility where we say na from time to time we dey fumigate our hotel to prevent the spread of coronavirus abi any yamayama viral disease make e no cause katakata for we customer them. No be for now e don tey when we don dey decontaminate we rooms, swimming pool area, the hotel reception, toilet, spa and massage chambers, the restaurant, kitchen plus include event center and our event halls. You see now say it is safe for me to stay with us at Academy Suite because why we dey keep to the rules of the Nigeria Center for Disease Control with face masks, hand sanitizer plus include social distancing. For Academy Suite, coronavirus no get a place to stay. Academy Suite today on Sosami Road, Okeado, Ibadan. Telephone 080-9293-0000. Academy Suits, home away from home.
A wannan watan Ramadana an more da daɗin Golden Penny Semovita mai ɗauke da sinadaran fiber mai sauƙin narkewa a ciki kuma cike da sinadaran vitamin da ma'adinan gina jiki a yayin da ake azumi. Ramadan Kareem daga Golden Penny Semovita.
Oh yeah, repeat after me. 2 million naira.
2 million naira.
Times 7 winners.
Times 7 winners.
Equals 14 million naira.
Equals 14 million naira.
Stanbic IBTC reward for saving promo season 2 is here.
With just 10,000 naira in your Stanbic IBTC savings account or at Ease Wallet for 30 days, you stand a chance of being one of the 70 customers who will win 100,000 naira monthly, 28 customers 1 million naira quarterly, and 7 customers 2 million naira each in the grand finale. Simply dial *909*37#. Download the Stanbic IBTC mobile app or visit any of our branches nationwide to get started. With Stanbic IBTC, it can be.
What a fruitful Ramadan day it's been. You've given it your 100%. And now it's time to give your body refreshment and replenishment with Chivita fruit juice and a great iftar meal. And just before it's time to go to bed, you share glasses of Hollandia yogurt and dates with loved ones. That's how you make this your best Ramadan ever. Ramadan Kareem from Hollandia Dairy and Chivita fruit juice.
Honey,
Must you go?
Babe, you know I must. Besides, you can always video call me.
Hey, what if your battery runs out?
I've got my power bank.
Hey, and when your power bank runs out?
Babe, I've got my laptop.
Okay, wait. What if your data runs out?
Babe, you know we never run out of data.
Never run out of data with Airtel Home Broadband Unlimited Ultra plans. Enjoy unlimited data with no speed cap plus extra data daily, so you never have to worry about running out. Visit www.airtel.com.ng/HBB to get started.
Babe, but I just left the house.
Yes, honey. It's video calling all the way.
Airtel, the smartphone network.
Gbogbo ọjọ́ jẹ́ ìrìn àjò. Bí a ṣe bẹ̀rẹ̀ ọjọ́ kọ̀ọ̀kan, láàsọ bí ọjọ́ náà yóò ṣe parí. Bí a ṣe ń ya ara wa sọ́tọ̀ nínú oṣù mímọ́ Ramadan yìí, fọkàn rẹ mọ́ pẹ̀lú àdúrà kí o sì ṣe ara rẹ lóore pẹ̀lú picnic láti sààrì títí di àsìkò ìṣínu. Ẹ kú òǹgbẹ o. Ramadan Kareem.
Peak. Reach for your peak.
Uncle Dentist, wetin be cavities and how Colgate take dey protect my teeth from cavities? Shey dey use comfort?
No dear, na hole for teeth dey cause most tooth pain wey be cavity. But if you use Colgate Maximum Cavity Protection take brush every day, the confirmed formula go help keep natural calcium inside our teeth wey go protect them from tooth decay.
Time don reach to upgrade to the world's most chosen toothpaste, Colgate, because Colgate locks calcium in.
Now, the Nigerian Dental Association, they recommend Colgate.
Milo! When the world looks at my child, they just see an energetic 8-year-old. But I see more. My Lucy is going to become captain of our school volleyball team, keep excelling in class, and do great things one day. I see a champion. So when I give her Milo with her breakfast every day, it's all part of waking up that champion in her.
Don't just wake up your child, wake up the champion in her. Let Milo Active Go and the natural goodness of malt, milk, and cocoa help wake up the champion in your child every day. Milo, energy to go further.
My neighbors, chai! Serious cruise. When a big game is on, you hear the man say things like, referee, he's on the record. And the wife will go, it's either she shouts, what a performance, as she watches Nigerian Idol, or she's telling the truth as she watches Judging Matters at Eve. What about the kids? Every weekend is filled with noise of their favorite cartoon shows. I guess I better get DSTV and join them. Oh, this cruise now. Serious cruise.
Enjoy your game moments with DSTV. Feast on captivating local drama, explosive football action, kid shows, and much more for 14,900 Naira per month. DSTV. It's your moment.
I find the strength I need every time that I look into your eyes. You show me. And when the night comes, you hold me in your arms and you say, I'll never let you go, my sweet baby. You'll never let me down.
A mother's love is unconditional. Nothing serves this love better than a bowl of Indomie. So, show some love with Indomie.
The number you have dialed is currently switched off. Please try again later.
Ṣé kìí ṣe pé mo ti tẹsẹ̀ bọ́ pàkúté báyìí? Ẹni tí mo kó wá àgbàdo fún láti bí ọ̀sẹ̀ méjì ni mi rí yìí. Àrà àgbàdo, àtúrówó, nọ́mbà dráìvà náà kò tún wá lọ. Kí ni mo fẹ́ ṣe báyìí?
Ìyá Àṣẹ̀kí, ṣebí mo wí fún ọ pé tó o bá fẹ́ ra àgbàdo níbi tó fini lọ́kàn balẹ̀, ọ̀dọ̀ Apex ni ọ lọ. Ṣùgbọ́n o takú olóòjẹ́rìí òǹbàrà rẹ̀. Sọ́tán, ọ̀dọ̀ Apex lèmi ti ń ra gbogbo àgbàdo àti sóyà mi o. Ò rí báwọn nǹkan ọ̀sìn mi ṣe ń dẹ́ yọ̀yọ̀yọ̀ tí wọ́n tóbi fàkíàfàkíà. Ọbẹ̀.
Ká ní mo dẹ̀ ti wá mọ̀ ni. Ṣé bí mi ò bá ti tẹ̀lé yín lọ́jọ́ yẹn?
Kì í tí ì pẹ́jù. Sáré download Comex app báyìí lórí Google Play Store tàbí Apple Store. Kó o bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní rojúlówó àgbàdo àti sóyà fáwọn nǹkan ọ̀sìn rẹ. Kódà gan bọ̀ bá ló lọ, Apex lè ya olówó láti ṣe nǹkan ọ̀sìn pẹ̀lú ìrọ̀rùn. Ó yá download Comex app báyìí. Kó o pe nọ́mbà ìfẹ́kùnrẹ́rẹ́ àlàyé 0903 000 1333.
lónìí ni kò ní dọ̀là mo gbọ́dọ̀ download Comex app báyìí.
tó o bá ti dọ́dọ̀ Apex ìfọ̀kànbalẹ̀ fún gbogbo oníǹkan ọ̀sìn.
Every day is a good day when you've got what it takes. Cowbell evaporated milk gives your body what it needs. Ain't nourished happy Cowbell day, creamy goodness.
Cowbell evaporated milk is delicious milk that is carefully formulated to retain its creaminess and great taste.
So creamy, so good.
Cowbell evaporated milk, so creamy, so good.
Cowbell.
Hey, my people, who not don't hear about the Ogbonge channel wey dey for town, na Star Live. If you want watch a correct Indian drama and the Bollywood blockbuster movie like them Salman Khan them movie, make una hurry go look for Star Live for channel 167 for DSTV, channel 23 on Top Go TV, channel 500 for Star Time. Star Live is a beautiful world.
Ramadan. At ShopRite, get all the essentials your family needs this Ramadan, like Cadbury 500-gram Bonvita beverage and 5 Luna evaporated milk for 2,399 naira 99 kobo, and 6 Malta Guinness bottles for 999 naira 99 kobo. Wishing you all a rewarding holy month. ShopRite, lower prices you can trust always. Prices valid till the 24th of April 2022.
That's all my friends and family. Them bust my head, them send money. One more them go all out for me, oh. All out, we talk. Plenty bills you got to pay. Sort amount today. Get the loan without delay. All out, we talk. Save money. All out. Invest money. All out. Begin jolly. All out, we talk. When I walk today. Money, begin jolly. When I walk you there, I been a queue you there. Go all the way.
Alad, your bank, your way. Powered by Wema Bank.
Màámi, kí nìdí tá fi ń ṣe Ramadani?
Àkókò láti súnmọ́ Ọlọ́run ni, àti àkókò láti ṣe ohun tó dára fún ọmọ ẹnìkejì wa.
Ṣé ìdí nìyẹn tá fi ń fáwọn alábàágbé wa lóúnjẹ nígbà iftar?
Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni.
Ṣé mo lè pe gbogbo àwọn ọmọ kíláàsì mi láti wá jẹ gbádùn Bonvita nígbà iftar?
Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni o lè pè wọ́n.
Gbé ìgbésẹ̀ ìfikún lórí ohun pínpín ní àkókò yìí. Bí Cadbury Bonvita ṣe ń fún yín ní àlékún 50 gram lórí gbogbo 450 gram ìpolówó àpò alátùnrọ̀ Bonvita tí o bá rà. Bonvita kún fún oríṣi vitamins àti minerals láti fún ara yín ní okun tí ẹ nílò ní àsìkò yìí. Bonvita, agbára fún ìpinnu.
Uncle Dentist, wetin be cavities and how Colgate take dey protect my teeth from cavities? Shey dey use comfort?
No dear, na hole for teeth dey cause most tooth pain wey be cavity. But if you use Colgate Maximum Cavity Protection take brush every day, the confirmed formula go help keep natural calcium inside our teeth wey go protect them from tooth decay.
Time don reach to upgrade to the world's most chosen toothpaste, Colgate, because Colgate locks calcium in.
And the Nigerian Dental Association, they recommend Colgate.
What a fruitful Ramadan day it's been. You've given it your 100%, and now it's time to give your body refreshment and replenishment with Chivita fruit juice and a great iftar meal. And just before it's time to go to bed, you share glasses of Hollandia yogurt and dates with loved ones. That's how you make this your best Ramadan ever. Ramadan Kareem from Hollandia Dairy and Chivita fruit juice.
nígbàkúgbà tí nǹkan bá sú ọ yá tètè fi kan fún gbà padà pẹ̀lú àwọn fíìmù tó bọ́ọ̀sì kẹlẹ̀lẹ̀ lórí GoTV tẹni lòfẹ́là tó lè mú kómi lérò sí ni lójú àwọn eré Nollywood pẹ̀lú àwọn ìràwọ̀ òṣèré eré bọ́ọ̀lù tó mọ́kàn ẹni lù pìpìpì pẹ̀lú àwọn ìkànnì tó dáa fún àwọn ọmọ kéékèèké láti kọrin láti jó àti kọ́ ìmọ̀ kún ìmọ̀ pẹ̀lú 8,900 naira péré tètè ra GoTV decoder GoTenna kó o sì jẹ́ alábàápín GoTV Max fún oṣù kan gbáko wà níbi tí àwọn ìtàn ń gbé GoTV nífẹ̀ẹ́ rẹ̀.
Gbogbo ọjọ́ jẹ́ ìrìn àjò bí a ṣe bẹ̀rẹ̀ ọjọ́ kọ̀ọ̀kan láàsọ bí ọjọ́ náà yóò ṣe parí bí a ṣe ń ya ara wa sọ́tọ̀ nínú oṣù mímọ́ Ramadan yìí fọ́ ọkàn rẹ mọ́ pẹ̀lú àdúrà kí o sì ṣe ara rẹ lóore pẹ̀lú picnic láti sàárì títí di àsìkò ìṣínu. Ẹ kú òǹgbẹ o. Ramadan Kareem.
Peak. Reach for your peak.
Okay, Péjú. Ta ló lè sọ ohun tí mo fẹ́ sè?
Ó ń lọ tìrín lẹ́nu.
Yẹ́sìkẹ́.
Ṣé mo lè fọwọ́ mi yí dáadáa?
Yẹ́sìkẹ́.
Ó ń lọ lẹ́nu dáadáa pẹ̀lú ọbẹ̀ ẹ̀gúsí.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ gẹ́lẹ́ lórí.
Ọbẹ̀ yọ̀ ńkọ́?
Ìyẹn lè kú.
Ọbẹ̀ ẹ̀fọ́ ńkọ́?
Orí yìí pé dáadáa. Ó yá, ẹ jẹ́ ká jọ pọ̀ oúnjẹ yìí lórúkọ tó ń jẹ́.
Honeywell Semolina.
Honeywell Semolina ń lọ tìrín lẹ́nu. Kó lé láti rò. Adùn ẹ̀ sì bù àyà. Honeywell jẹ́ àyò fún gbogbo ọbẹ̀ tó ń ṣara lóore. Honeywell Semolina. Oúnjẹ aládìídùn tó ń lọ tìrín lẹ́nu.
Sumbo, why are you going looking like you want to beat somebody? My sister, see me see trouble. Abeg, see wetin I order. See wetin the deliver give me. E resemble, and I don't pay online oh. Chai, now why me I dey like buy online only on Jumia? Because I fit pay on delivery and return or change my item for free if I change my mind. And you tell me before, now Jumia go dey buy from going forward. For first, that's in apparel. Now me and you today. Sumbo.
Enjoy peace of mind that comes with pay on delivery when you shop on Jumia and avoid stories that touch. Jumia, your everyday delivered.
I find the strength I need every time that I look into your eyes. You show me. And when the night comes, you hold me in your arms and you say, I'll never let you go, my sweet baby. You'll never let me down.
A mother's love is unconditional. Nothing serves this love better than a bowl of Indomie. So, show some love with Indomie.
Someone gave me this script to read, but I'm Jejo Kocha. I don't know how many words I must read in a minute. I play football, not Mr. Actor. I don't read scripts. I'm at my best when I feel this. That feeling, that's Betkin. Join us at betkin.com.
Splash FM 105.5.
We thank you for being there. We had to go for a commercial break, and we're back now. We will not take any new topic, but we will want to hear you speak with us on the issues that we have raised this evening. 0809-155-1055, 0805-699-8678, and 0706-949-3000. So you can be part of the discussion and help us make sense of this matter as much as you can. So, hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Thank you for joining us.
All members of the House.
Yes, what's the name, where are you calling from?
This is Shiobade Adebayo from Adamawa Ijoya in Ibadan.
Mr. Shiobade, welcome. How is Adamawa today?
Very beautiful and fine.
Welcome.
Not Adamawa in the north, in
Ibadan. I know the place.
Thank you so much, sir. As you said on these people now, especially this PDP and the APC for their nomination form, this money is too much. In 1983, during Sagari and Awolowo, by then, there's nothing like this. If I nominate like Mr. Olawuwo there now, pay 100 million naira for him, and I started doing something that is that is illegal in the country. When Olawuwo becomes head of state, can he have right to pick me up for anything? So, and then we said we want to kill the corruption in the country. Is that how we want to eradicate all corruption? The corruption is still compiling again. God bless you all.
Thank you very much. Yes, Mr. Shinobade from Adamawa Idioya. It's along Akala Expressway. That's where you take off from if you're going to Adamawa. So I know the place very well. Thank you very much for calling us. So if you want to also call us, we want to hear from you this evening. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening. Thank you for joining us.
Well, my name is Femi Ojo. I am calling from Ibadan.
Mr. Femi Ojo, welcome.
All right, thank you. Quickly, let me make my submission on this issue of nomination forms by PDP and APC. Firstly, I like to say that, well, I want to queue behind the ideology that brought about this. For me, I want to say it is not too expensive for a presidential seat, for a presidential nomination form. In the first place, to be the president of a country, or say you want to delve into politics, the first thing that should actually inform this is because we have ideologies that you actually possess, we have plans that you possess, that you should actually have been executing in your smaller community, that you've been executing privately. But for you to go into politics, it's because you want to put it on the larger scale. You want to help the polity, you want to help the nation. So for somebody who is coming to lead about 200 million people, are you saying you've not been able to make yourself wealthy personally before saying you want to actually make a nation wealthy? No. If you have not been able to make yourself successful as a person, then how do you make a nation successful?
All right. Can I ask you a question? Can you define being successful and being wealthy? Are they synonymous?
All right, yeah, being successful and being wealthy, well, I want to say, yes, that by your standards, you've been able to actually put yourself on a pedestal, which you can say, yes, you've done well, and you've actually touched lives, and you've touched your own life personally. That makes you a successful person. But for saying a wealthy person, I must say this is somebody that lives at the lap of luxury. This is somebody that has opulence.
So by your definition, that means a president must be someone who had lived in opulence. Without that, you couldn't have been president. But we know that Buhari was not even in opulence before he became the president.
Can you come again on that, please?
We know that President Buhari didn't live in opulence by his public image. Before he became president, he was even lamenting that he couldn't afford the nomination form, the fee for the nomination form.
But that was deceitful. All his children were schooling in the United Kingdom. Could the poor man afford that? Even before he came to power.
What if they went there?
All the children he has were schooling in the United Kingdom.
What if they were
None of them was on
scholarship?
None of them were. We knew.
How did you know?
Knew. He's a public servant. We all put this to investigation. These were things that the PDP came up with in 2015. The PDP made us realize that this one is deceiving us. Okay. He's not as poor as we think he is. He declared his assets. He had hundreds of millions.
All right, so you believe that anyone who was the president should at least be wealthy?
Of course. For you to say you want to be the president of a nation, you want to make 200 million people wealthy. You should be wealthy yourself. Right. You should have transformed your own life before transforming the life of others.
I'm not begrudging you, Mr. Femi. Thank you very much. Thank you so much.
Or maybe if I could add to that, even if you don't have that money, you should be in a position where you have enough goodwill
to raise the hand.
People around you that will be willing to raise that on your behalf.
Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
Tunde Olawuwo, Michael Olatunbosun, and Oluwaseun Akinola.
Good evening, sir.
It's a nice evening with you all. Oyeladele still remains my name.
Welcome.
Now, my view on the 100 million nomination form. Somehow, I want to believe is to separate the boys from the men. Is to separate the people that really want to, who are prepared, people who are prepared really to tackle the position. And I don't think it is left for just the contestant to afford it in a Senate line. You see, there could be crowdfunding. For example, if I'm contesting, I can't imagine where I will get 100 million. But I believe those who believe in me can come out with 500, 1,000, 2,000, 5,000, 10,000 naira that could amount to so much. And that is what we have not really embraced in our political system. That is how it works. So, but if you bring it down to 5,000 naira nomination form, you can imagine it becomes a rat race. So that is that. Then, like Michael said the last time, it is not possible for us to look at another party outside of APC and PDP, and I will tell you why. Is it possible for somebody like Mogalu, whichever party it belongs to become the president of Nigeria? Where are the senators that we serve in? Where would they come from? Where are the governors that we serve in? Where would they come from? So we are talking of party with structure, and it's only PDP and APC that has got, even if I don't know, 33 local governments. A party that doesn't have one single local government is fielding a presidential candidate. It's a waste of time. So the reality is, it will continue to be APC and PDP. But on Chief Abe Babalola, I believe that is the most useful counsel that Nigeria could be given.
We will deal with that later. We will deal with that later. Thank you so much, sir. All right, so that was... okay, hello, good evening.
Good evening, Miss Kim and the other people in the studio.
All right, I'm told that you have one... I'm told you have 1 minute, sir. All right, sir.
About the nomination form.
Yes.
For APC and PDP, in fact, we are done in this country. The population of 200 million and 20, as we are imagining it. In fact, the amount is too much now. Anybody who is afforded to pay such amount to be arrested by the FCC or ICTC for interrogation. How it comes about is wet. Thank you.
Thank you very much. All right. Gentlemen, we thank you for being here. We'll have to go for a break for the news, and after the news, we'll get back, and then we'll bring you on. But, Michael, today, did you hear people's opinion here? They said you should be wealthy before you become a good president. Or you have to be able to raise money.
I think you should be an accomplished person before you aspire to be president of a country like Nigeria.
Michael,
yes, you should be accomplished. The word wealthy is very tricky.
You know, that's be successful or wealthy.
Yeah, you should be a successful person. The successful person does not mean that he has billions and all that. Just like Reverend Kwe said, you could crowdfund and the rest of it. That's just my own take.
Thank you for being there. We'll be back after the news at 6. Good evening.
Splash FM 105.5.
When I wake up in the morning, I need something to help me start my day. Start my day. Pick 4, 5, 6 has DHA. It helps my brain to grow. It helps me to be smart. Oh, my own milk. Pick 4, 5, 6, yeah. My own milk. Pick 4, 5, 6, yeah. My own milk. Pick 4, 5, 6, yeah. My own milk. Pick 4, 5, 6, yeah.
Ìyá ọlọ́gbọ́n. Èwo lẹ̀ ń ṣe?
Mo ń ṣe oúnjẹ òwúrọ̀ pẹ̀lú mílìkì ìdàgbàsókè PIC 456.
Oúnjẹ òwúrọ̀ pẹ̀lú mílìkì ìdàgbàsókè PIC 456 kẹ̀.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni, ó ní àlékún DHA, èyí tó ń ṣe àtìlẹ́yìn ìdàgbàsókè ọpọlọ tó jí pépé. Bákan náà ló tún ní káṣíọ̀mù, fítámìn D àti onígá ńlá protein láti mú àwọn ọmọ rẹ dàgbà kí wọ́n sì lágbára.
Mo fẹ́ràn ẹ̀. Màá bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní fi mílìkì ìdàgbàsókè PIC 456 tó ní àlékún DHA, èyí tó ń ṣàtìlẹ́yìn ìdàgbàsókè ọpọlọ tó jí pépé fi kún àwọn èròjà ìṣaralóore fún àwọn ọmọ mi.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
Dàgbà kó lágbára kó sì jáfáfá pẹ̀lú mílìkì ìdàgbàsókè PIC 456 lójoojúmọ́.
When malaria show up and the fever is so hot, if you want your body to turn up, just shala to charlatan. When you're feeling fever and you lose your ginger, if you want to beat malaria, just shala to charlatan. No dey dull yourself, shala to charlatan. Anytime malaria show, shala to charlatan.
Don't let malaria comot action for your body. Nakam Shalatem, a brand of anti-malaria wey contain artemether and lumefantrine. Shalatem na medicine from Shalina Healthcare Nigeria. Shalatem dem get am for every age group dem. Make you remember to always take Shalatem with food. If symptom no change after 3 days, go see your doctor o.
what a fruitful Ramadan day it's been. You've given it your 100%, and now it's time to give your body refreshment and replenishment with Chivita fruit juice and a great iftar meal. And just before it's time to go to bed, you share glasses of Hollandia yogurt and dates with loved ones. That's how you make this your best Ramadan ever. Ramadan Kareem from Hollandia Dairy and Chivita fruit juice. What a fruitful...
I find the strength I need every time that I look into your eyes. You show me, and when the night comes, you hold me in your arms and you say, I'll never let you go, my sweet baby. You'll never let me down.
A mother's love is unconditional. Nothing serves this love better than a bowl of Indomie. So, show some love with Indomie.
When I wake up in the morning, I need something to help me start my day. Start my day. Pick 4, 5, 6 has DHA. It helps my brain to grow. It helps me to be smart. Oh, my own milk, Pick 4, 5, 6, yeah. My own milk, Pick 4, 5, 6, yeah. My own milk, Pick 4, 5, 6, yeah. My own milk, Pick 4, 5, 6, yeah.
La 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 la.
Ìyá ọlọ́gbọ́n. Èwo lẹ̀ ń ṣe?
Mo ń ṣe oúnjẹ òwúrọ̀ pẹ̀lú mílìkì ìdàgbàsókè Pick 456.
Oúnjẹ òwúrọ̀ pẹ̀lú mílìkì ìdàgbàsókè Pick 456 kẹ̀.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni, ó ní àlékún DHA, èyí tó ń ṣe àtìlẹ́yìn ìdàgbàsókè ọpọlọ tó jí pépé. Bákan náà ló tún ní káṣíọ̀mù, fítámìn D àti onígá ńlá protein láti mú àwọn ọmọ rẹ dàgbà kí wọ́n sì lágbára.
Mo fẹ́ràn ẹ̀. Màá bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní fi mílìkì ìdàgbàsókè Pick 456 tó ní àlékún DHA, èyí tó ń ṣàtìlẹ́yìn ìdàgbàsókè ọpọlọ tó jí pépé fi kún àwọn èròjà ìṣaralóore fún àwọn ọmọ mi.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
Dàgbà kó lágbára kó sì jáfáfá pẹ̀lú mílíkì ìdàgbàsókè Pick 456 lójoojúmọ́.
Splash FM 105.5.
It's 6 p.m. Don't forget to break your fast the nutritious way with Cowbell Evaporated Milk.
Quick, charge at 240.
Hot news, cool vibes, sports, and more on the Integrity Station.
Good evening and thank you for joining us on News Highlight at 6 p.m. on Splash 105.5 FM. The Independent National Electoral Commission has said that no amount of security challenges will stop the conduct of the 2023 general election. The chairman of INEC, Professor Mahmoud Yakubu, stated this during the public presentation of the 2022-2026 strategic plans and the 2023 election project plan, which was held in Abuja. According to him, the document presented were the third in the series of strategic election plans since the era of deliberate planning of elections started in 2012. The First Lady, Mrs. Aisha Buhari, has invited presidential aspirants to an iftar dinner at the presidential villa on Saturday. The invitation, which was extended to all presidential hopefuls across political parties, is expected to have the Vice President, Professor Yemi Osinbajo, and 17 other aspirants from the main opposition party, the People's Democratic Party, PDP, including Rivers State Governor Nyesom Wike, former Vice President Atiku Abubakar, and others in the ruling All Progressives Congress, APC, graced the occasion. The invitation card for the event, which was in circulation on Thursday, advised those participating not to come along with their mobile devices, stating that their invitation card will serve as their entry pass. The Special Assistant to the President on Media and Publicity Office of the First Lady, Aliyu Abdullah, clarified that it is standard protocol for guests at the event in the presidential villa to be requested not to go in with phones. 6 persons have been confirmed dead with an unspecified number injured following a bomb explosion that rocked a drinking bar in Mashaya Market, Iware community located in Ado Kola local government area of Taraba State. The blast occurred on Tuesday. A visit to the scene of the incident by Channels Television revealed blast stains on the floor and a shattered local drink joint. The anti-bomb squad of the Nigeria Police Force was also on ground, combing the area for a possible bomb detonation. On the foreign scene, the Russian President Vladimir Putin has ordered his forces not to storm the last remaining Ukrainian stronghold in the besieged city of Mariupol, but to block it so that not even a fly comes through. The Kremlin leader gave the order to Russian Defense Minister Sergei Shoigu during a broadcast on state television, describing the effort by Russian forces to capture Mariupol as a success. The 2 candidates for the French presidency have gone head-to-head in their only televised debate ahead of Sunday's second-round runoff vote. Far-right leader Marine Le Pen has fallen behind centrist Emmanuel Macron in the opinion polls, but millions of voters are still undecided. It did not take long for the 2-hour, 45-minute clash to burst into life. The candidates confronted each other on the cost of living, Russia, climate change, and immigration. Around 15.6 million viewers watched the debate, in which Mr. Macron accused his rival of being dependent on Russian power, while Marine Le Pen called him a hypocrite on climate change. And finally, sports news. Manchester United has appointed Erik ten Hag as their new first-team manager. Manchester United disclosed this in a statement via its website on Thursday. That ends the 6 p.m. news highlight for today. I am Oluwaseun Akinola. Good evening, and the Splash Rendezvous will continue in a moment. Just stay with us.
Quick, charge at 240.
Hot news, cool vibes, sports, and more on the Integrity Station.
What a fruitful Ramadan day it's been. You've given it your 100%, and now it's time to give your body refreshment and replenishment with Chivita fruit juice and a great iftar meal. And just before it's time to go to bed, you share glasses of Hollandia yogurt and dates with loved ones. That's how you make this your best Ramadan ever. Ramadan Kareem from Hollandia Dairy and Chivita fruit juice.
Anything where you dey drive, you need confirm protection, no. For your engine, no. Make it mobile, no. Make it mobile, anywhere you dey, your motor deserve to be number 1, yo. Make it mobile, no. Make it mobile, you carry the go. Make everybody join me, say. Make it mobile, make it mobile.
Gbogbo ọjọ́ jẹ́ ìrìn àjò. Bí a ṣe bẹ̀rẹ̀ ọjọ́ kọ̀ọ̀kan, láàsọ bí ọjọ́ náà yóò ṣe parí. Bí a ṣe ń ya ara wa sọ́tọ̀ nínú oṣù mímọ́ Ramadan yìí, fọkàn rẹ mọ́ pẹ̀lú àdúrà kí o sì ṣe ara rẹ lóore pẹ̀lú picnic láti sàárì títí di àsìkò ìṣínu. Ẹ kú òǹgbẹ o. Ramadan Kareem.
Peak. Reach for your peak.
nígbàkúgbà tí nǹkan bá sú ọ yá tètè fi kan fún gbà padà pẹ̀lú àwọn fíìmù tó bọ́ọ̀sì-kẹlẹ̀lẹ̀ lórí GoTV tí ẹni lòfẹ́là tó lè mú kómi lérò sí ni lójú àwọn eré Nollywood pẹ̀lú àwọn ìràwọ̀ òṣèré eré bọ́ọ̀lù tó mọ́kàn ẹni lù pìpìpì pẹ̀lú àwọn ìkànnì tó dáa fún àwọn ọmọ kéékèèké láti kọrin láti jó àti kọ́ ìmọ̀ kún ìmọ̀ pẹ̀lú 8,900 naira péré tètè ra GoTV decoder GoTenna kó o sì jẹ́ alábàápín GoTV Max fún oṣù kan gbáko wà níbi tí àwọn ìtàn ń gbé GoTV nífẹ̀ẹ́ rẹ̀.
My whole family is proud of the engineer I have become. I owe this success to my mother and a lot of other people, but also to football and the great build as I learned the sport. The rejections taught me to keep fighting. The long hours taught me discipline. Knockdowns taught me to bounce back. And those unexpected victories that taught me to never give up.
Nourish and energize your kids with Milo Active Go to help them succeed in sports, because the great they learn in sports, they keep for life. Milo, energy to go further.
Milo! Hey, my people, who not don't hear about the Ogbonge channel where they for town, now Star Live. If you want watch a correct Indian drama and the Bollywood blockbuster movie like them Salman Khan them movie, make una hurry go look for Star Live or channel 167 for DSTV, channel 23 on Top Go TV, channel 500 for Star Time. Star Live is a beautiful world.
My whole family is proud of the engineer I have become. I owe this success to my mother and a lot of other people, but also to football and the great build as I learned the sport. The rejections taught me to keep fighting. The long hours taught me discipline. Knockdowns taught me to bounce back. And those unexpected victories that taught me to never give up.
Nourish and energize your kids with Milo Active Go to help them succeed in sports, because the great they learn in sports, they keep for life. Milo, energy to go further. Milo!
It's time for your kids to go with the flow with Go TV. Go on an underwater adventure in Big Blue. Make cool new friends with the Smurfs. Learn and laugh with wee baby bears. Swing through the city with Spidey and his amazing friends. Or go for even more fantastic edutainment on Go TV. So go for family fun, putting your feet up and relaxing with your little ones. Go with the flow and go with the very best shows when you get and stay connected to Go TV.
ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ń bẹ fún pínpín ní tábìlì iftar wa tí ó kún fún pasta noodles semo àti bẹ́ẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ.
ṣe oúnjẹ tó ládùn ní gbogbo ìgbà pẹ̀lú àwọn oríṣi ọjà tó péye láti ọwọ́ golden penny at the heart of the family.
Titi, I'm leaving now.
Okay, mommy. Bye-bye.
Make sure you use this hypo bleach sachet to wash all the clothes, clean the bathroom, mop the floors, and
Mommy, one sachet for all this plenty work?
Huh? See you. This new hypo bleach 200 ml bigger sachet will help you do more.
Yes, sir. Introducing the hypo bleach 200 ml bigger sachet, the bigger sachet you've been waiting for. Now you can do more disinfecting, whitening, and cleaning for just 100 naira. The new 200 ml hypo bleach sachet is available in all stores.
Bigger 200 ml hypo sachet to do more housework.
Splash FM 105.5.
Thank you for being there and welcome back. It's still Splash 105.5 FM, your integrity station. So let's get back on the issues. The remaining issues will be breezy right now because we have to look at a number of them. So the first one, after the other one we've done. So you have two ministers now who had put their hearts in the ring. One even had to run in the stadium to show that he's running actually. Michael, Gige is here. You also have Amici who had done this, but none of them had resigned.
Okay. Yes, I think on Tuesday I spoke with a lawyer who is a constitutional lawyer, and he also tried to give us a clarity on this section 8412 of the Electoral Act 2022. The Electoral Act, just like our Constitution, is how do I describe it now? It's a bit ambiguous when it comes to that 8412. Okay, the 8412 of the Electoral Act, let me read it. It said, no political appointee at any level shall be a voting delegate or be voted for at the convention or congress of any political party for the purpose of the nomination of candidates for any election. So it simply means that if you aspire to any political office as an appointee, you cannot go to the convention or Congress as a voting delegate. But the point is that at the time that Amechi declared, and at the time that Ngige also made his whatever declaration it is and the rest of it, they had gone to their Congress and come back. So in other words, they had not signified their intention to run for office. Now that they are signifying their intention to run for office, their convention is going to be in, I think it's May 29th or 28th or something, around 30, essentially May. Yeah. So in other words, the Electoral Act says that they have to resign before they go to that convention.
So they could resign the day before?
Yeah, there's no timeline. In the Electoral Act, it did not say 200 days before election. It's not explicit to that extent. So it's very ambiguous. And I would suggest that I think we need to redo some of these things to make sure that we have clarity so that we don't continue to argue about these things.
Who are the people putting these laws together and not,
some of these are mischievous and we know.
The deliberate?
Yes, some of these are deliberately mischievous.
By the way, is here. Welcome.
Good evening, guys. Good evening, listeners out there. It's good to be here again, talking Nigeria. Because we can't stop talking Nigeria.
We can't.
And it's the only country we have right now. Not just that, it's the country that we all aim to fix. So we have to keep talking it. So I think some of these lacuna in our laws are intentional. You make something look so good, but you just put some speed bump somewhere there just to ensure that the person going does not feel too good about it. That's what I see. Also, some of these people that are declaring their intention. I think we even have a country run on intentions at the moment. Everybody is intending to. And, the thing is, some of them will withdraw from this race before that convention. We are very sure that's likely to happen. And so it means that you will make all the noise now, maybe 2 days to that convention, you withdraw from the race, and then you can just go to the convention and not have to resign again. Especially when you have, at that point, had much more clarity on the position of your party, or much more clarity on the intention of the delegates that are coming for the convention. And your chances at that time, you probably will have better clarity on it. So you will be able to decide whether, okay, I think I stand a good chance of getting this, so I will not have to resign. Or I will have to resign. Or it looks like this is not going to work. Or, you know what? Let me just withdraw. I'm not resigning anymore. So it's like they're trying to eat their cakes and have it at this time. And so long as they are not contravening the laws that are guiding these processes, they haven't done anything wrong.
I think that point should be stated that for now, the ministers who have declared their intention and have not resigned are not violating the laws of the land. And more importantly to them is that their principal, the president, has not asked them to resign. In some states,
governors
have been telling their appointees that, look, if you're interested in any elective position, please resign now. So those ones have been given clear directives, but Mr. President, in his usual style, has not said anything about this. So they are still well in order.
But Tunde, in the interest of governance, if anybody has interest in contesting, they should resign, because it will distract them from office, from the primary functions that they're supposed to be performing.
But everybody is distracted.
Everybody is distracted
The elected officials
are equally distracted.
In fact, the governor of Oyo State, I saw it, during his Ramadan lecture. The Ramadan lecture he organized said, gbogbo ala ń wá tíkẹ́ẹ̀tì kiri báyìí torí náà dáríjì wá tàbá gba tíkẹ́ẹ̀tì tán á padà sí di ìṣèjọba. So whether you are elected or appointed, you are distracted at this point.
You're trying to get.
So we probably cannot push that argument that they should resign because they are distracted. But the point is, we all have known that governance will be at its lowest end.
No, it's at the back burner right now.
Yes,
it's at the back.
Okay, now I don't know whether I want to go to that, but let's move to this one. The call by Leonard Senior Advocate of Nigeria, Akinola, for the suspension of 2023 elections and for interim government to take over from this government. And I want us to look at this and be critical about it. Now, I was asking different questions when I read from Afebarola here. What is the time frame for achieving this milestone that he's talking about? He talked about 6 months for some past president and speakers or whatever and senators to run. Now, what is the legal framework that will be used to regulate that process?
Yeah.
How do we fashion out a people's constitution? You know, is it not possible for us to have this system running the way it is running and we reinvent it, you know, within the process? Who will organize the elections? What, you know, that we used to handle this? I thought they said democracy is sustained by periodic elections where voters express their preference on who should govern them. Now, when you now stop election, is that not an invitation to anarchy, gentlemen? I want your quick takes on this one. Tunde.
Well, one, I know that it's just an op-ed by the, and anybody can write op-ed. As much as the great senior advocate of Nigeria, Afebarola, has made his opinion known, he also understands how almost impractical that can be in the current situation we are in. Also, saying that, oh, should we reinvent this system? You see, it looks like the stage we're in right now is the stage of, they will say in Yoruba, is where we are. Yes. You know, that's the thing. So the problem there is the period in between Dasile and Kashayen is where quagmire will come in. What do we do at that time? Because we are trying to entrust. They are saying entrust it to past presidents.
Okay.
Past, it's just, to me, it reeks of bringing back the old order to come and ratify a possible new order.
Tunde, let me thank you for that. let me give you my thoughts. I shared it with Michael. This is a learned legal luminary.
Yeah.
And so I don't want to begrudge him of his stature. But I saw a big contradiction here. You are saying that we need to birth a new order for Nigeria. You're saying that we should not have a president that is above 60 years of age. You're saying that we need a parliamentarian system of government now with unicameral system.
Yeah.
You're saying that we need something new. Yet you want the process to be given birth to mediate by those who brought us where we are.
None of them under 60.
By those who, by your definition, are not qualified to be anywhere near governance. Because it defined what the person or the people should look like.
Yes.
And then you now want to bring the same people who under no circumstance would have been able to get anywhere close to the system you want to build to come and birth that process. To me, like I said, it's just an op-ed.
Well, I think the points being made by the great Chief Afebarola is that you cannot build something on nothing. So even this new constitution that this exercise is expected to give birth to, we have to be midwifed by some people. And if you look at it, there is no former president of Nigeria alive today. I think even former President Goodluck Jonathan is already 60 plus. So you are not going to find the 45-year-old former president of Nigeria alive today. So you have to somewhat rely on the existing structure to achieve this new order that you want. Of course, I know where it's coming from. We have to be very honest with ourselves. The constitution we have right now some have described it as a not so true reflection of who we are or our aspiration as a people. Because some have argued that, look, he started by saying we the people, and a lot of people are feeling, look, they were never part of it either directly or indirectly or by any form of representation. Meaning that if you subject, for instance, this constitution to a popular referendum, will it stand the test of the majority? I don't think any of those occupying the public offices we have, especially the president, wants to do that.
You ask them to take cyanide. That's what I always say.
Yes,
yes. But the commit suicide, and by themselves commit suicide.
So which one is more? It's not about them.
Are you
it's
sure
about
you
the
want
constitution.
No, are you sure you want to know how people feel about you?
Yeah, no, how many people want to know?
as in, candidly so.
Yes,
We are talking about the constitution, not them.
But that constitution is on is on the surface of the constitution or on the ground of the constitution that is stood.
But you see, that constitution, that faulty document, which is the ground norm, is the basis through which all other affairs of the country is
being run.
So today, why?
And we can see where we are.
So why is it impossible for us since 1999 for this is the 9th assembly? Why has it been impossible for them? I mean, we have an assembly that is producing laws to create this constitution that will be acceptable to all of us.
One is that they are also a product.
They are product of that
constitution. Is it not possible for us to now say, okay, this one gave birth to you, but can you give us something new?
One is that
done
for some of them,
that'll be a problem for them.
How?
Because some are talking about unicameral legislature.
So how do you
expect the National Assembly that we have
bicameral National Assembly to now come up with
from this bicameral
arrangement?
It's suicide for them too.
I know. So what you're saying in essence is that process cannot come through this existing structure.
And that is why Chief Babalola is saying, let us do something extraordinary.
I think this existing structure will now open their eyes, like they say in Yoruba, and let you do that.
See, it is something. You have to have something.
Sure, you see, this conversation is fascinating in the sense that it is only us, Afe Babalola, SAN inclusive, that are seeing the Constitution as an aberrant document. Those who are inside of government don't see it. You see, governors in Nigeria, I am saying it, you can quote me, governors in Nigeria only argue about the fact that they cannot control police when they cannot control the commissioner of police.
Only. Not all the time.
Only when when there is crisis and then
they also complain about resource control.
When there is crisis and then there is maybe the commissioner of police is proving difficult. That is when they come out.
I've given another instance. They complain
about resource control.
Some of them complain about resource control.
When there is recession. When the money they are sharing from Abuja is not enough.
When there's recession.
You see, we are the only ones seeing holes.
There's the issue of VAT.
They complain about VAT only when they are owing salaries.
And
Lagos is not owing salaries, and Lagos is complaining about VAT.
Lagos will complain about VAT because Lagos sees that
the amount of money leaving
Lagos.
And it's a constitutional problem.
Is Jigawa complaining about VAT?
That's why I said some of them.
Kano is not complaining. Gombe is not complaining. You see, let's just put this debate to the table again. And let's look afresh at the conversation. We agree that the constitution needs to be amended. You see, because we are victims. That's what I'm saying.
And those who are not victims,
are saying it's okay.
Okay, let me give. Let's ask you a question.
What is the size of the
Tunde, let's ask
elected and appointed public officials that we have in Nigeria?
They are not up to 40.
So the majority are the ones complaining.
Who we voted for?
So,
they are representatives.
The constitution is about to be amended for the 5th time.
Yes.
Now, this is the issue. The issue is that one thing that has fascinated me, I'm using the word too much, is that since 1999, why is it that the National Assembly only amends the Constitution when it is a few months to election? They're always doing it to show you guys that they want you to have a sense that they are working. You see, the Ekweremadu led Constitutional Amendment Committee only brought this idea of they only brought the report to the National Assembly when the National Assembly, the 8th National Assembly, was going to wrap up. these ones have also started it. So 1 year to election, they will never. They have never concluded it.
What about
what they just
the
do is
national
cosmetic
conferences that we've had?
I like that.
And their recommendations.
I like that. So what
they have not been implemented.
Let me give you this perspective here for this particular thing you brought up now. Look, we've had constitutional conferences. We have all of these amendments.
All of them.
We've had all of this confab and the rest. But you see, when it gets to the assembly,
it falls. It falls
that is
flat
why
on its face.
Some people are saying it has to be sovereign.
Let me ask you a question.
Because if you're going to subject it to the same National Assembly, which is the provision of the Constitution, it will be defeated.
There will be a legal...
No.
So now...
Okay. Well, we are saying that the governors are complaining on areas that are not. Okay. Let's today say that each state governor salary and allowances should be fixed based on
the income,
the productivity
of the state. See, even the governors will not agree.
They will not.
I don't know why you're state governor.
You see,
I'm the state governor.
I think I'm not quite comfortable with us reducing this thing to just about the governors.
No, not about the governors.
This constitution, the problem with this constitution is not just about the state governors.
Of course,
we know. We are saying that this constitution largely does not address
the current realities,
the aspiration of majority of the people.
Let's break it down. Are you talking about the exclusive list and the concurrent list and the...
No, there are so many.
Yes, there are so many things.
There are so many issues. That's just one part. Okay. Local government autonomy has not been
It's
sorted.
another issue.
That's
resource control.
Resource another issue.
We should subject. What we're saying, nobody is saying we want to have our way. The constitutional amendment is not going to have 200 million people in a room making laws. What we're saying is, yes, constituent assembly of a sort.
Let's have haven't we had it?
Okay, the ones we've been having since 1999. Which one has been implemented?
You see, that's the issue. I think we need to understand.
And the situation keeps getting worse.
If we have this,
that is what will lead Anafe Abayola to come and suggest a very radical solution.
But we know that illegality. We know that is a fact.
The constitution is an illegality.
But this particular process also.
I think we need. Yes,
legality that we are talking about now. Okay, this is it. So you have a bicameral. Legislature, right? If all these confabs that we are having, if you want the reports to be adopted, first of all, you have to effect that change in the constitution to allow a tricameral, whatever you like to call it, intrusion into it. You have to be able to amend the constitution for the constitution to agree that you can amend it, or for you to abolish it and bring a new one. It is the people. But you see,
it's not we the people that
democracy is representative government.
Yes.
Now the problem is those representatives have become so entrenched. They are not willing to address areas that they feel personally will affect them. So what other options do you have?
So you see, Michael, today,
yes,
today,
yeah,
the major setback for this confab, for all these radical changes, is legality. When you bring it, when you subject it to
the law
and the legal structure that we have, it will fall flat on its face.
That's the problem we have.
Yes. So do we now suspend the law?
When some people were creating states under the military administration, did he really pass that acid test because legality?
Because it was dictatorial.
So is democracy a problem for us?
Yes,
can we not sit together to say this is a common problem?
But today,
let us solve it without say we're going back to the military.
But today, have we been able to create one state since 1999?
We've not been able to create one local government.
We have to be able to, because that is the only thing we have.
I think we have been able to create new polling units.
Not states. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'd like to hear from you. Good evening, and thank you for being here. It's been heated here. The room is hot for me.
Splash FM 105.5.
Gbogbo ọjọ́ jẹ́ ìrìn àjò. Bí a ṣe bẹ̀rẹ̀ ọjọ́ kọ̀ọ̀kan, láàsọ bí ọjọ́ náà yóò ṣe parí. Bí a ṣe ń ya ara wa sọ́tọ̀ nínú oṣù mímọ́ Ramadan yìí, fọkàn rẹ mọ́ pẹ̀lú àdúrà kí o sì ṣe ara rẹ lóore pẹ̀lú picnic láti sàárì títí di àsìkò ìṣínu. ẹ kú òǹgbẹ o. Ramadan Kareem.
Peak. Reach for your peak.
I find the strength I need every time that I look into your eyes. You show me, you show me. When the night comes, you hold me in your arms and you say, I'll never let you go, my sweet baby. You'll never let me down.
A mother's love is unconditional. Nothing serves this love better than a bowl of Indomie. So, show some love with Indomie.
It's time for the Golden Easter deals.
What's that about?
Easter is here again, and Samsung is celebrating the season with some amazing deals on select devices. When you buy the Samsung A23 phone, you get a free Bluetooth headphone alongside. And when you buy the Samsung A53 phone, you get a free Galaxy Fit 2 smartwatch. And the deals will run all through the month of April.
What are you waiting for? Go get your device at the nearest Samsung authorized store and benefit from Samsung's Golden Easter deal this season. Hurry now while it lasts. Happy Easter.
Gbogbo ọjọ́ jẹ́ ìrìn àjò. Bí a ṣe bẹ̀rẹ̀ ọjọ́ kọ̀ọ̀kan, láàsọ bí ọjọ́ náà yóò ṣe parí. Bí a ṣe ń ya ara wa sọ́tọ̀ nínú oṣù mímọ́ Ramadan yìí, fọ ọkàn rẹ mọ́ pẹ̀lú àdúrà kí o sì ṣe ara rẹ lóore pẹ̀lú picnic láti sàárì títí di àsìkò ìṣínu. Ẹ kú òǹgbẹ o. Ramadan Kareem.
Peak. Reach for your peak.
Hey, my oga, so you said no dey quick trust person ba? Correct. We plenty for here. Last, wetin man I don see for this life, e reach o. So if you said no like to dey use your card to dey shop online, or you like to dey see wetin you dey pay for before you pay, problem no dey. When you shop on Jumia, you go fit pay on delivery when your order reach your domot, either with cash or your card. So, oya na to dey shop on top Jumia remain. Make your mind cool with pay on delivery. Jumia, your everyday delivered.
Have you heard? There's a seasoning for every meal. On the seasoning is full of flavor. Delicious tasty. Mama's every day. No. My hunger. Rich flavor. Aroma. Delicious. Mama's every day. Fresh cookie. Great flavor.
Mama's helping hand.
Babes, I will be taking you to my village to introduce you to my parents. So.
Really?
It is me. Mr. Man, you've hit my Jeep. I bet you did not see me trafficate me.
Just fix it, period. Or call your insurance company.
Insurance care. I beg, bros. I no get to.
What? You don't have Cornerstone third-party insurance policy that covers up to 1 million naira when you hit a car or damage a property?
They say.
Shield your vehicle today with the Cornerstone third-party insurance that covers up to 1 million naira for a third-party vehicle or property. You can also get Cornerstone's enhanced comprehensive insurance that covers both accidental damage, loss, or damage resulting from fire on your car or theft, and lots more. Visit cornerstone.com.au